Hi everyone. Welcome to HNM Technologies online training. And there is the final video of Model 2. So before we start, a quick recap of what we covered in software. In video 11, we covered if, else statements, and video 10, for loop and range. And now video 11, we covered while loops, 12th, break, continue, pass, and software. In the last video, we covered nested loops and patterns, right? And today we finish module 2 strong with some extra loop techniques that professional Python developers use every day. And we're going to end with this extra loop techniques and all recap of what we covered in this so far now. So without getting late, let me open VS Code. Yes, this is our VS Code. So first of all, I would like to, we already know about this enumerate. So we'll deep dive into this enumerate option. And remember in a video 10, we looped over all list like this, like our student list is this is our students, yeah. And now I'm going to for loop the student and students. Then I'd like to print my student. Okay. Then the output is C. Arjun, Priya. This is the output. But what if I want here and index numbers like a one dot Arjun serial numbers I want. So for this we use there is a one way of to get this indexing. So index like I take number starting from 1, and for students like print, I'm going to formatting the print, so our I is here 1 and the student name, so I'm getting I plus 1. Why? Because I want I to be increased along with the student. Okay, so output is see how it is output students. Yeah, sorry, I have to draw this variable students. Yeah, you can see output. One dot Arjun, Priya, Karthik, Sneha, Ravi, Madhav. This is the output with the serial numbers. This way you can use, but there is a built-in way to get this serial numbers indexing. So that's where come with the enumerate. So enumerate function is like since we have a students list, this is our student list of students. Yes. So here I would like to for number comma student and enumerate students comma start with a 1, indexing start from 1, and I'm going to print a number dot number dot student. This is a format. Okay, so here as you can see output same as previous one dot this. Yeah, this is the efficient way to use enumerate. We use mostly enumerate. Now what actually enumerate is see what actually happen inside. Yeah, for that see the raw output works like for item in enumerate. For item in enumerate students. Students. I'd like to use the indentation here. Have to use and printing item. Yeah, see output. What is output here? Sorry, students is not defined. We have to define the students here. Yeah. See 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It returns a pair like a index comma value. When we write a number student, when we write a number comma student, So there is the number is starting from zero in previously we used, but here by default it start from zero, zero, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And value is obviously whatever the list here. So this is the way, this is what exactly inside happening and enumerate, right? I think we got an clarity about this enumerate, right? Now coming to zip function. So what is a zip function? Zip function is nothing but a, we'll see. Yeah. What is a zip actually? Zipping like our jackets or sweaters, combining into parts into one, right? That's a zip function. Yeah. In the same way, here it's works. We often have two related lists. One is a student and names, and then marks. Without a zip, accessing the both awkward. Is it'll make me something uh, more time. So like we have the student list, right? And marks. Right? This is the marks. So without zipping, I'll try, right? For I in a range of length of students and printing students and marks, right? This is the way we print. And we can use as I also for student. We're not shipping the students without shipping L to type. So for that I have to use it for I. Wait. In a range, right? It automatically detects where I'm tapping. For I in a range students. Yes. For I in a range, this is the output. And now I'm going to print students I in marks. This is the way we'd like to print zip functions. We have two lists. I want a both list data from both. So in this case, I have to use this way. See, Arjun 85 Priya, right? 92. This is a student and marks. And here we have a zip function to loop two lists together, right? Allows students. I have students and marks. So here I am going to use my zip function for students and comma marks in a zip. Students comma marks. And now printing this like student mark. Okay, marks in a marks list, student in a students list. Okay, this is the one way to use a zip. Now what is the output here? Same as previous one. Yeah, see. But the difference is we use a zip function here, right? So we can use a number of lists together, but here we use two lists, right? And what if I have three different lists? Okay, see, students, right? We have students and their marks, yeah, their marks, and One more thing I have to take attendance. Attendance. Yeah, this is the attendance. Now in this case, I'm going to take a print, formatting my output with like students. Yeah, this is the one attendance. And now I'd like to print this for my first marks and student, right? See the output. See, you can see the output here. We've got a student, marks, attendance in a table form because we just use a print here with a space less than 10, 10, 10. Like space we we create like this, and I print dots into 30 times. Okay, dots, and then in zip function I print my students in students column, marks in a marks column, attendance in a attendance column. So that's how you can print a number of lists together, multiple lists together. So always we need to use a zip function with the help when two lists are same, equal length. What if lengths are different? Your zip like names I have, uh, not just names. Yeah, students I have. This is students. Yeah, and marks. I'm not taking any marks as the same as a same number as a student. I took only 3 marks. Now I'm going to try to zip this. In a zip, I'd like to print this. But here, what is output here? Only Arjun, Priya, Karthik. Otherwise, slightly lose this data. So when we zip function, we need to make sure the two lists are same length. But I have only three lists in a list 3 marks, and there's a Sneha, Priya, Ravi, or skipped here. So this is the one example to make sure two lists are same length. And now else with the loops. Yes, loops have a else too, just like if else in the last video, uh, conditional statements. Loops also have a optional else block. Most beginners don't know about this exist, so I'll show you. Else runs when without a break, right? I'll show you how to use this. And for I in a range of 1, 6, right? Yeah, in this way we can print output, but else look completely successful with a break. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and look completely successful without a break. And what if I have a break? See here, I ranges a 1 to 6, and if I equals to double equal is nothing but we're not assigning I as a I equal to 3. we matching I value in a 3, and here break, then print I, and else print loop completed successful, loop finish or something with the break, with not with touch. So this print statement is not printed here because we use a break statement here. So break means it's completely come out of the program. But if I remove this else here, I can print this statement. See, this you want to look completed successfully with a break. See, this is how we use else. Yeah, else in a loops. And list building with the loops. We can build a list with the help of our loops. How we use very common patterns starts with an empty list. I can take an empty list, sub marks. Yeah, this is my list. Yeah, this is my list. And in this list, I'm going to take a input from users and input a number of students. And so instead of students, I would like to take subjects. Then I'll take this one. How many subjects? Right. Yeah, subjects I took. And then for I in range 1, comma, and plus 1. Yeah, here you can see. I'm taking marks and input of enter marks for subject 1, I, and marks append is nothing but inserting the values to the list. We saw list inbuilt methods in our later videos, so we working with deeply with the help with a list. And now just remember append is just a insert statement, inserting adding this marks into the your empty list. Okay, so just run this. How many subjects I have? 6 I have. So I enter a marks for subject 1. I got a 65 and 67, 75. In one subject I failed. It's a 40, 39. Marks greater than 40, passed less than 40, failed. 35. Yeah, this I have subjects and marks. Right. So this way we enter marks to this list. Now I'd like to print so built-in functions. Now we got a list of the marks, and now I'm going to print using built-in functions like yeah, print marks as marks, and total I have to print a sum of marks, and average sum of marks into length of marks. Two factorials I took, and highest marks, max, lowest, min, right? Wise, yeah, I have, in this case, I have 6 subjects. Subject 1, I got 69, 67, 46, 39, 55, 69. Yeah, you can see our marks. This total 345 and average 51, 57.50 and highest 69 and lowest marks 39. See, we took marks inputted from a user and we gave everything like sum, total, max, min, everything, right? So we use loops in our lists also with building this type of a list also, right? Yes. And now we'd like to go with the quick recap what we done in this video, previous videos, like if, elif, else statements. Okay, then for loop for item in a list on range and while loops, while condition, infinite loops and conditions and infinite loops. And then to control this loops, we use a break, continue, pass. So break for exit, skip, and placeholder doing nothing. This is a pass and nested loops patterns and great thinking patterns like nested loops like in loop inside a loop and loop extras, enumerate, zip, and else and list building. So we saw. And finally, I'd like to give some practice questions. Yeah, practice problems. So this is question one. Use enumerate function to print this list with the serial number starting from 1, right? Here I'd like to give a list. This is our list. You can use any different list if you want. And question 2. Next question is use a zip to combine and print these two lists together. Okay, so I give two lists, or you can take any two lists. Use a zip to combine and print those two lists. Take any two lists. Okay, and one more question I would like to give. So intermediate level of question. So try to solve these ones. Third question. Yeah, use for else to search for student name and list. So take a student list and use for and else to search for a student name in a list, right? Here you need to take a Hmm. I'll sure. Yeah. A phone. If a phone print a position using an enumerate. Print position using enumerate. Right. And second thing you have to do, if not found, else block prints not found. And third thing you need to do, no found flag variable allowed. Use for and else only. Right. So there's a thing you need to do here. Yeah. There's the three questions you need to solve. You can take any list if you want. This or anything. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for choosing HNM Technologies. Yeah. So two modules are completed with this video, and next module three is data structures. Like we're going to deeply dive into this list, tuple set, dictionaries, the four pillars of Python data handling. And this where Python gets really powerful. Okay, take a day to practice. Okay, these questions and go through all these videos and practice sessions. Thank you for choosing H&M Technologies. Thank you.